Okay, so efforts is covered. Yeah, we were on the difference between the two. So can we say automation testing is faster than manual testing? So it it saves time. Apart from that, it cannot think. We have to think and write the test scripts, right? And it cannot think while executing or running. If your input is wrong, you will get the results wrong, right? Okay, it's clear. And now let's go to test case. So test case type. Test case type: positive testing, negative testing, regression testing, smoke testing, sanity testing. So these last three types juggle between the software stage and the test case type. Okay. So throughout the testing cycle, or we can say throughout the project cycle, they keep on coming and going, right? So positive testing. What is positive testing? Anyone knows?
Yes, for example, if it is a text box and we are typing only text, it is a positive testing. And negative testing, if we enter any numbers, that can be a negative testing,
Yeah.
as per my knowledge.
So that is to a text box. Otherwise, if something is
Yeah.
functional, or if it is something related to access, there are other example. That is a good example, very common example, but yeah, good one. So access, that so and so person can access it, and so person should not be able to access this. So we have to
Yes.
bring in something to check that negative scenario as well, right? One second. Okay. So that positive testing is something which is written in the acceptance criteria, and we are checking line to line, like according to acceptance criteria. This should happen, this is happening. This should happen, that is happening. So that is happening will give you defect. So negative testing is, I have to think out of the box. I have to think out of the box. Hey, let's make this more interesting actually. So I have a board here. Let me draw something. Don't go on my drawing actually. I'm trying to draw. I think I drew it well. So what is it?
Plant shower.
Yeah. It is used as a spray, right? And what if, what should I do actually? I'm sorry. Okay. What will happen here? What will happen here?
How we can do this?
We cannot actually use this at all. It's useless. It's a failure. Can we say
Yeah.
it is a failed product? It's a
Yeah,
failed
right.
design. It's a failed
Yeah.
design. See,
Yeah, right.
I have I have this vessel. I have the spray too as a unit. I have the handle, but I put it on the wrong side. If I put it in this side, it is still usable. But if I put both here, it's useless. That's what a tester does. It's negative testing. This handle and this should not be in the same. So requirement will say that the spray should be working. It will not be telling you that that handle and that spray should not be in same direction. That we have to think, right or wrong? Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Cool. So let's understand it more clearly actually here. Wait. So this is login to your account. Something is wrong in this page. What is wrong in this page?
There is no sign in button.
Yes. And anyone else, guys? Only one speaker is there. Shubham, I could see your reaction in the group. Satish is there. Vijaya is there. Anyone who can tell what is wrong here?
And we don't know what website or this is. I mean, it's a proper page design or something. I can say.
Yeah. That is also fine. Sign up button is missing.
Yeah, right. That's what first answer I said.
Yeah. Sign in and sign up.
Yeah.
If you don't have
Both.
login credentials, you will not be able to log in at all. But sign up button as well is not available on all the sites. If you log in into some like Salesforce application, it will not allow you to sign up there, fill a form and sign up, right? You have to get approval to get into some website. So where it should be there and where it should not be there, it is also a type of testing, right? It's also a scenario. Correct?
Yeah.
Good. 1 second. Okay, let's get back here. So negative testing, is it clear? We have to think out of the box. Can we think about the smartwatch again? Negative testing. Here is the smartwatch. Can we think about one scenario?
Where is AM or PM?
Yeah, that can be one scenario. And see, if I flip this area, the display to the wrist side upside down, what will happen? Again, display and this band thing, it has to be working properly together, right? Can it be a negative test where the display should exactly be? And these three, that fire symbol is there, calorie burn, and then step counter, and these, if they are they are not displayed in line with each other, then that is also a negative test, right? Obviously the requirement will not tell that it should be in line. That UI thing will not be telling, BSA will not be telling. So we have to find out once the application is there in our system, right? Okay, let's proceed. Okay, regression testing, smoke testing, and sanity testing. So many confusion around these three things. How many of us know already what is regression testing, smoke testing, and sanity testing?
Regression testing, we can do entire application. I mean, once the project is done, we have to do the regression testing. Each and every functionality is working or not.
You are close,
Smoke
but
is
not completely right, actually.
okay.
Yeah. So regression
testing.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Yeah.
They are the new test cases.
New test cases. Okay. Next. Anything else? Then I will tell you. The first important point about regression testing is it cannot be happening without something working already. So first prototype of the software has to be there present if you want to perform regression testing, right? Okay. First prototype, first version of the application has to be there if you want to perform regression testing. So if you focus on the word re means something repetitively happening. Okay. So regression itself means something repetitively happening. Okay. And in tuning with the existing system. In tuning with the existing system. So when we build something and a new feature comes in, it should not be affecting the existing working system. So to ensure that we do regression testing, it should not, see, suppose a watch was working, my smartwatch was working and I went swimming. So once I was in water, it stopped working. So I have to bring in new feature that it should be waterproof. For that, either they will give something in hardware or software should be working that way, right? Some heat resistant. I don't know about that stuff, but I'm just giving example to make it understand. Suppose so login page is there in the application. I was able to log in. Okay. So in educational website, some history is there, and then social science is there, anything is there, subjects are there, maths, English, Hindi, and one more subject is entering in. Okay. So due to entrance of this subjects pages or functionality, these three should not be affected. So this is regression testing. Okay. And smoke testing is what? Smoke testing is go to an ATM machine. If you will not get your money, if that entire main software will not be working, you will not be getting your money, then what is the use of AC? What is the use of AC in that whole room? Nothing. If AC is not working, that is fine. I will still grab my money and go out, right? But in the ATM machine, if I, another example is within the ATM machine, if I built in some software to get the receipt, that is already there. I know that receipt, even if I don't use that option to get the receipt, if that particular function is not working to get the receipt, suppose due to anything like paper is running out or something, I still got my money. So the main function of that ATM machine is to give me money which I asked for. If I entered 500 or 1,000 or 10,000, I should be getting the same amount which I entered, right? That is the main function. So smoke testing is checking the main function after something new is entering. Smoke testing is the main functionality. The happy path should be working. Got my point? Smoke testing is that. Got it? Sanity is opposite of it. Sanity is checking the new feature which we are going to release now. So getting the receipt, we are incorporating this new feature. The sanity testing is to perform testing on the newly built feature. Okay. And regression testing is the cycle of both. You got my point? Something existing should not break. New should also be working. And integration should also be working. Means they all together, three will also be working. So regression is a sum up of all the things in cycles. And there is entry and exit criteria for regression testing. How? If otherwise I'll keep regressing the things. So suppose, what should I say? Suppose some logo is coming on the login page. Some logo is coming in or link is coming in, new user, new joiner or late joiners. So there is new user, already a user. So I'm building a feature, late joiners. So due to this late joiners, my existing users or new joiners should not be getting affected. Got it? So main functionality should be working. However, once I enter in the system, then application is same for all, right? New feature is on the first page, login page. I should only be testing the first page, not the whole application. Got my point? So sign in functionality or sign up functionality I have to test. That is my entry and exit criteria for regression, smoke, and sanity. Got it? If you have any doubts, just bring it out. Any doubts? I can take silence as no. So clear? Regression testing, smoke testing, sanity testing. Is it clear? Say yes or no, guys. Or is it being boring? Hello. Okay. Okay, let's proceed now. Software stage. Unit testing, integration, system testing, user acceptance testing. So this is already covered, almost I covered in regression, smoke, and sanity, but let me think of more examples. So unit testing is when a feature is built, login page or a text box should be working, that button should be working. One unit of that particular software should be working. Integration, when we bring in the second module and they should be working all together. They both should be working and coming together should also be working. System testing, once the whole website is built, the system should be working till the last page. Whatever is built should be working, right? User acceptance testing, we have built whatever was there in the sprint or that cycle, and we are now presenting that to our end user set of users, which are called UAT users, user acceptance testing users, for a final check. Okay, so there is a team of UAT users. For final check, we QA team signs off, and then the business owners or business user, there are some UAT users, we give it to them for a final check, and they will just sign off. Okay, they will sign off. If they don't sign off, they will bring some defect in, and we can then again have to work, dev team have to fix, and that cycle again goes on. Okay, so this is user acceptance testing before being accepted in the production. The final check is called UAT testing. Got it? This is software stage. And let's go next. Okay. Action type. Static testing, functional testing. Static testing is when we checking the documents. We are analyzing the requirements. We are reviewing. We are giving our review comments. We are asking questions to business. So everything is before we can execute our test cases. We are writing our test cases. We are not running the scenarios yet, but we are getting them reviewed by the business users, BSAs, business analysts. All these things come under static testing. Okay, when the story is not in our org to be tested. Story means that particular chunk of the software is not with us in the QA org to test. So we do static testing even before it is implemented in our org. Functional testing, we understand that functional testing is something we are clicking, something we are observing, we are finding defects, we are logging bugs. So functional testing is that we are so static testing can also be related with the term verification, and functional testing can also be related to validating. They can be interrelated to those terms as well. We are validating that a requirement is in place, right? The requirement is built as per the ask. So this is functional testing. Again, there is skill set level testing. So when we are new to system, application is given to us, so we do exploratory testing. Have you heard the term beta testing? Beta testing? Anyone? So before the final version is released, Google or Chrome or anyone, they send their beta version for testing. So we are new to them. So beta testing is when the end user is not so known to the application and they are doing just exploratory testing. They are here, clicking here, there, and we are new to system. When we join, newly join any company, application is given, we don't know anything before, before any training, or even the trainee, suppose we are under training, even then we are new to application, we are clicking, okay, let me do that, let me check the color, okay, what button it is. So that is called exploratory testing, and I gave it another name, monkey testing, jumping here and there and checking the branches of the tree. So this is called monkey testing as well. Then expertise testing, we are expert of something. API testing comes under that. Okay. Then data migration, ETL testing, and security testing. There are certain tools which we are using in security testing and all these type of testing. So API testing, everyone is now familiar with the term API. In every other application we have, whether it is Zomato, Swiggy, we have that Google Map API there. So map is working there. So they have, they have taken that API to bring the map where my, rider is, where is my food. So that is one example. Data migration is when the version of the application is changing, or whether the domain is changing. So they are migrating the data from the old website to the new website. So for that, we need data migration team or expertise to do the data testing. And tester as one person can also be expertise in many skills. So today it's in trend to be Sachin Tendulkar, be an overall person. So we all do, according to requirement, we all do these all types of testing according to our expertise level, right? So ETL testing is also one of them. That is one part of data migration only. And some more accessibility things are there in ETL testing. If we want to learn in advance, I can take those sessions as well. Then look and feel of the testing, UI and UX, user interface and user experience. So government websites, I know they are now being better with time, but user experience and user interface, they are so boring application. You have to find out the login, sign in and everything, right? So many ads are there. So user interface, the first impression you see the website, or if you enter, what user interface, look and feel of the application, color combination or anything, right? So that is user interface. User experiences, I'm clicking this, it is bringing me somewhere else. User experience, so that also I have to test, right? So this is user. Meanwhile, okay, so let's take a break here. I have one question in mind. So can we achieve quality as 100%? 100% degree of excellence for an application? Can we achieve that? Any thoughts? %100% quality achieved. Can we say it? That application is 100% with 100% quality. Can we say that? Any thoughts, please?
No, I cannot say 100% quality.
Okay, reason? Reason? Can you think of a reason?
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe example we can. So 100% quality can never be achieved. That's true. And reason being, number one, requirement changes at any time. Number two, technology changes at any time, right? In a fast world, now we will also be learning AI and ML, machine learning testing, AI testing. Many more things are coming in. Okay. So this is one reason, one or two reason. Okay. Another thing is time zone error. Have you heard time zone error? I have done my testing sitting in India. However, John is sitting in the states, and still showing offline here in India. Because there is a gap, there is a time zone gap, and logic is not written correctly. So logic is running on the current system time, and John is sitting somewhere else in the States, and he's being shown offline for me. So that is time zone error. Okay. So 100% quality cannot be achieved, and I have to think out of the box to cover scenarios like these as well, right? So okay, now SDLC, we'll be learning about role of the tester and when a tester should enter in SDLC. I have already given one example. I will again come to that. So this is SDLC, software development life cycle. Requirements gathering, and then designing, implementation, verification, and maintenance. So we all are aware, in every book of computer science, engineering, or anything you have done, it was there. So requirement analysis, we have to do the requirement analysis, we have to design accordingly, we have to implement, and then verification is going on, then maintenance. Once the software is built, we are maintaining it so that end users are always happy. Okay. So now tell me, when a tester should enter in SDLC to test something. Any thoughts?
In the verification.
Tester is into picture in the first phase itself, requirement analysis. Once the requirement is written and given to the team, tester will analyze, tester will write the high-level scenarios, test cases will be written, and design. A developer will always check the design. If not possible, then remember that water spray bottle example. So we have to check the design, whether it is properly given or not. So everyone is doing testing, but they are not, they are not given that tag of tester. So design should also be according to the requirement. I know a QA is not playing that role in the design phase, but the person who is designing the application is also a tester of that design. Agree? And then implementation. Error. Remember error? White box testing is done by developer. At that point in time, developer is also a tester there. And even the tester can sit with the developer to evaluate the scenarios that can fail, right? That can fail after the implementation. So test cases can be shared to the developer sometimes, not all the time. Otherwise, we will not be having defects anymore, right? Then verification, obviously, test case execution phase is there, and then maintenance of the project or the software, we can say. So tester is in play all the time in the software life cycle. Okay, so we have already done this example. How and how much we should be doing. So black box testing, when tester is not, obviously the tester is not aware what code is written. So everything is black for him or her. So he has to do out of the box. Okay, so black box testing is that one. This is testing techniques actually. And then white box testing is done by the developer. I have already explained how and how much. Unit testing, this little will be done by the developer, then it will be coming to us. So white box is when code is in place with us and we are doing the testing. So developer as a white box tester does that. And gray box testing is when you are developer and also playing the role of QA. You are also a white box tester and a black box tester. You know a little code about the application, right? For example, Salesforce admin knows how to do the settings, how to set the user such a way that he or she can test, right? And then we how much plays the role when we have to write the strategy, what tools will be there, and then scope, what will be the entry and exit points, that I have already discussed, right? I have already discussed when to enter, when the components are when the code is common between two things, our scenarios should be around those two components only. When there is nothing in common, then we have to stop testing there, right? We have to exit. So we have to understand the scope, we have to plan the strategy, and then we have to check the entry and exit point, right? How means the techniques I have already explained. So these are the techniques. Okay, and this is STLC. I think STLC is also covered. Requirement analysis, test planning has to do. In types only, I have explained almost everything, that how a test case, requirement analysis, then test case planning, then test case development when we are doing the static testing, and then test case environment setup. Yeah, we have to cover this topic in where. So environment means QA is the owner of its own environment. Once the requirement is there in QA, in that environment only he has to test. But environment has to be ready even before we start testing. Sometimes what happens, developer is ready with the code, developer is ready with the development, but for the first prototype itself, environment, it's not there. That version is not there of the application. That box is not there where we have to test. So that environment setup is also needed. And also we have to get ready with the data which is required to perform our testing. So that is environment testing. Our user should be ready, our data should be ready, then only we can execute our scenarios. Then execution, then the test cycle closure, where we are signing off the requirement. If there is any defect, then defect life cycle will go on. Open, then open, then fix, and then again verification step, and then close if it is already closed, and then the test case is passed. So this is STLC. And who will be performing the testing, that is also covered. Development, developer will do the unit testing, white box testing. Testers will be doing the all other type of testing according to their expertise and all. I cannot assign something to a known ETL person if he doesn't know about the ETL testing, right? So a team lead or a person should be knowing about the skill set of the team members and herself also, so that task can be assigned to the right person, right? I think it is almost done and understood, right? If you have any question, you can post that in the group chat as well, that WhatsApp group chat as well, right? And these are some common testing tools. In manual test, while doing manual testing, we use ticketing system Jira. That is not actual testing tool, but we use Jira while doing manual testing, and even the automation testing. And for automation, we have Selenium, Load Runner, Provar, and then there are performance testing tool, JMeter. Performance testing is nothing but checking the performance of the system in how much time it brings back the result, right? So performance testing is, and how many user at once can log in or test that, or use that application, that is performance. Then security testing is there. So these are some tools. So security testing is related to the data masking and everything. So expertise can do that. And these are the best practices. So we have to start early. We have already discussed the earlier you start, the better the testing will be and more quality will be assured. I have many examples in this, but yeah, I think we are getting short of time again. And if you are interested, we can have another session continuing on this slide and I can explain. And test often. So we have to perform testing regularly, automate wherever possible. So if we want to do some, boring steps faster than, the manual test, then we can automate those scripts. Especially in regression and smoke testing, we can always have the automation scripts in hand and we can do that task better. And also where the thinking of the scenarios means, no, to the new requirement, we cannot write the automation scripts. It can only happen to the existing application for performing smoke test or regression testing. And we have to document everything. For example, I have given the given high level scenarios and test case example, and then continuous improvement. So once you have your interest in the application, you will get yourself improved as well, right? If you don't have interest, then that improvement will never happen, and it will be very difficult for you to test that application. These are some challenges. So time constraints, I already explained. For that, the solution is automation testing, and limited time testing is limited time for testing. Sprints are getting shorter. We have less than 1 minute. Changing requirements, resource availability, and technical issues, network failure and all. This is future. You can take the screenshot, or maybe this is future of the testing. Already mentioned AI, ML, and automation and early testing. And thank you. I think I was little faster than the earlier slide, but yeah, if you want, we can join again. You can type the message in the group. Okay, thank you so much. I'll wait for your feedback in the group, and I hope to see